Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a bit of a twist in our regularly scheduled space program. Normally, we would have been launching our first man to the moon with the booster we had previously. However, another friendlier, technically advanced but even poorer country has made a bet with our country, our poor but semi-technically advanced country. They have made a deal whereas if they can get to the moon first with this tiny spacecraft, if they can get to the moon first, that the other country will help them out by letting them stay in their shelter and keeping them fed and watered until such time as they can also figure a way to get their astronaut / convict back. So slightly unusual here. We're having a new nation enter the mix in this space race, which is this poor but technically advanced country is going to attempt to get to the moon first, in which case they will also stay at the habitat which we have previously launched up, and until such time as they can get their astronaut / convict, Kerbal, back from the moon. All right, let's start. 3, 2, 1, jet engine start, and the fuel lines have screwed up. I anticipated this as a problem with our highly complicated and advanced yet tiny spacecraft, that this could possibly happen, but I believe we have fixed the problem now. Jet engine start in 3, 2, 1. And release. The prisoner / astronaut Kerbal looks a little bit dubious about what he's going through here, but we shall see. Will he actually be the first man on the moon? He does not look like he enjoys that prospect. Yet we have made some provisions for the possibility of him returning. There's a docking port up there where he can possibly receive refueling. However, he will, for the time being, be hanging out with the other astronauts in the shelter until such time as future provision can provide for him. Kerbal in his very tiny yet technically advanced spacecraft, heading possibly for the moon. Now approaching 19,000, he's at 19,000 meters. Approaching 1,000 meters a second. Starting to heat up in there. Starting to get a little toasty for him. Everything depends on whether his jet engine can continue to breathe air at these extreme altitudes and velocities. Thrust is diminishing, but he's continuing to fly as per expected. Kerbal, perhaps the first man on the moon. Right now we are programming that once thrust reaches below 25 kilonewtons, we will go ahead and shut it off and jettison the jet engine, it having done its job. Okay, we're at 0 kilonewtons now, so that probably would qualify. Let's see what our preapsis is at. Very satisfactory. We'll go ahead and jettison the jet engine. A little bit of problem there, but looks like we're clear. We're clear. Now his job will be to burn at the periapsis until such time as he has achieved some sort of stable orbit. Then it will be on to the moon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your space reporter, Freaky Crackhead, reporting. They're about to do the burn to establish a stable orbit around Kerbal, and they're going to start burning the engines now. Okay, well the astronaut has to turn the engines on. That's not a problem. It's just a slight delay in the flight program. Not a problem at all for a veteran prisoner / astronaut like Jordan Kerbal. Even though he is a prisoner of federal crimes, he is, however, also a highly qualified astronaut. He went through extensive training after being accepted in the prisoner astronaut program. One potential problem with this vehicle is that it does not have any kind of power source except batteries. However, with the small duration of the flight, we are not anticipating that's going to be a problem, but we shall see. This is Freaky Crackhead reporting. Jordan Kerbal standing by for translunar injection in 2 minutes. 1 minute 55 seconds until translunar injection, when Jordan Kerbal may become the first man to orbit the moon. Whether he will succeed in the plan to land on the moon, only time will tell. Jordan has started his burn a little bit ahead of the programmed time period. That's because he saw the moon rising on the horizon and felt that it was time to go. This is Freaky Crackhead reporting on this amazing and unexpected development. Jordan Kerbal heading to the moon. Okay, he has ceased his burn slightly ahead of programmed time. That is because he says he wants to take it in on manual. He is continuing to do small, slight bursts of his rocket engine. Mission Control is says he is heading for an unusually low periapsis, but they feel that he can adjust that when the time comes. Jordan Kerbal heading to possibly being the first Kerbal on the moon. Okay, Jordan Kerbal is heading for the burn to allow him to stay in lunar orbit That will be in about T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 20. He has started his burn to allow him to remain in lunar orbit. However, remaining in lunar orbit will not work for him because he doesn't have supplies to last him the amount of time it would require for them to send a rescue mission. Therefore, he must land on the moon or die in the attempt. We shall see if brave Jorben can pull off this astounding feat. Can he be the first man on the moon? His next event will be the a burn to adjust his orbital inclination. He must be having concerns now. Concerns for his own survival. Because if he does not make it to the surface of the moon and at the location specified, he cannot survive. So his thoughts, our prayers are with him, and his thoughts must be on the necessity of reaching the surface, of retaining enough fuel to reach the surface. Standing by for his orbital inclination burn. Every second burning away precious fuel, precious, I say, precious fuel that he will require to land him on the surface. He is just coming into the daytime side of the moon now. He is maneuvering his craft's attitude. We are receiving a camera feed from Jorben, which reflects a certain level of insecurity in the craft. That he is insecure about his fate. And God knows we would be too if we were in his position. Jorben is an intelligent man, realizes what's at stake. Coming up on his burn to descend to the moon. He's committed now. He is heading to the moon. The only question is, does he have enough fuel? Will he survive? There are only 43.43 units of liquid fuel remaining on this craft. Does not look good for Jorben. We just talked to him in the capsule. He says he is freaking out, but he's made his peace. According to the laws of his home country, he should have been executed 3 days ago. So he feels that it's a win-win for him, whatever happens. Jorben Kerbal is beginning his deceleration to the surface of the moon. Only time will tell whether he will survive. You must kill hundreds of meters a second of velocity in order to have any chance to survive. He shut down his engines because he has slightly undershot the target. We don't know the significance of this yet. We will find out very shortly. He could correct his approach, but he feels that right now it's just a matter of getting down on the ground, and he'll figure out how he's going to get to the shelter after he has achieved that. This is Freaky Crackhead reporting. There is concern here at Mission Control that he will not have enough fuel to decelerate because he is picking up speed every moment as he descends toward the moon. That he will not have enough energy left in his fuel tanks to allow him to decelerate to the moon. So there's only one way to find out for certain. And there are grave concerns here at Mission Control. We're not going to mask that. We feel that it's a very likely possibility that Jorben will not be making it. He said that he's made his peace with God since he should have been dead 3 days ago anyway, firing squad for raping that gang of college women. So he feels that he has made his peace. And he is ready for whatever comes. He is approaching the surface very rapidly now. He has said he's going to wait until the last possible second. He's firing his engines. Corbin is firing his engines. Okay, will this be the right decision for him? Only time will tell. They're saying here in Mission Control he may have done that too soon. We will find out very shortly. Only 19.5 units of fuel remaining. He's plummeting toward the lunar surface. Current speed is about 10 meters per second. They're telling us... They're telling us... A little bit of sliding here. We don't know how Corbin is. He says that the ship has landed, but it's sliding. It's sliding. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. We don't know what's happening here there on the moon. We feel that anything could be happening. Jordan has made the decision to step out of the vehicle. He's stepping out of the vehicle now. He has abandoned his vehicle. We have no news. We have no idea what's happening. We just received radio contact. Jordan is alive on the surface of the moon. He says, however, that his spacecraft is traveling away from him at a great velocity. He's not sure what its fate will be. He's trying to head over there. No, he says he's going to leave the spacecraft. Leave it to its fate. Whatever that may be. And head for the shelter. Shelter is 6.7 kilometers away. He has 4.97 units of EVA propellant left. He must get to the shelter to survive. But for now, Jordan Kerbal is first man Kerbal on the moon. This is Freaky Crackhead reporting. He says he's heading towards the shelter. There is a large mountain in his way, and he is traveling at a high rate of speed by a jetpack. He's not sure if he can clear it. He says he will do his best to do his duty, to stay alive. Well, it's a close one, he said. It's a close one. He's made it over the mountain. He is now heading towards the shelter, which is 5 kilometers away. He's got 3.83 units of EVA fuel remaining. Godspeed, Jordan Kerbal. He says he's having very many near misses with mountains. He's not sure if he can make it. He's going at a terrible speed. Terrible speed. Lots of near misses with the mountaintops. He's very concerned about his velocity. Jordan Kerbal is running very low on EVA fuel. The critical question is, will he be able to slow himself enough to avoid death on impact when he hits the surface? Down to about 1 unit of EVA propellant remaining. The habitation module is about 100 meters away. He can see it. He can see the habitation, the lunar habitation. He says he is set down. He's going to walk the rest of the way. We have video live now from the lunar habitation module belonging to the Union of Korpulent Kerbal Republics, which has agreed that Jordan Kerbal, if he reaches the moon, can stay there with their own astronaut when he arrives. We'll have an interview here very shortly. Yes, interview with an empty room. Handing it over to Jordan Kerbal. I want to thank the Union of Korpulent Kerbal Republics for allowing me this opportunity to make use of their lovely lunar station, and I'll be looking forward to cooperating with their astronaut when he arrives. And thank God I'm alive. Thank God there's no women here for me to rape unless they send a woman cosmonaut, and I would not advise that to be the case. Because if they send a woman cat cosmonaut, there's going to be a problem. But yeah, I want to thank the Union of Korpulent and Kerbal Republics for providing me with this lovely moon base, and I hope my people get me back real soon. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Jorben Kerbin, the first Kerbal on the moon. For now, safe and snug in the habitation module provided to him by the Union of Korpulent Kerbal Republics, who probably expected their own astronaut to be the first one here, but no matter. He'll have some company now. This is Freaky Crackhead reporting from the moon. We interrupt this regularly addle-brained program to bring you the attempt of Cheapo Kerman and his new stunt plane, the Midnight Special, to do the first loop-to-loop around the Nerd Tunnel at the Kerbal Space Center. This will be the first successful, if successful, will be the first successful loop-to-loop around. Oh, okay, well he's had to fly around, gentlemen. He's had to. Ladies and gentlemen, he's had to fly around, give it another try. That's okay. He gets as many tries as reasonably possible. We want him to be safe. He had to do a flyby on that one. This is his brand new stunt plane, the Midnight Special. Okay, very close, very close. Jebediah reports he is okay. He is unharmed, but the building itself may be slightly damaged, or there may be other casualties besides himself. But he reports that he is himself unharmed, but obviously must be disappointed. A few random explosions. Obviously be disappointed that he is not successfully. What the hell? There appears to be other parts of the aircraft that are flying off of their own, perhaps heading to space. We don't know. Must be disappointed that he has not achieved his dream of doing a loop-to-loop around the Nerd Tunnel. You see the Nerd Tunnel here, which nerds take to walk from this building to that building. And currently the scientists in the building are reporting unusual phenomena with some of his wing parts that are still airborne, still flying. Very peculiar. Appears to be bouncing along. In any case, Jebediah Kerman, he's telling us that he's going to give it another try next time. He needs to rebuild this stunt plane, which is obviously totally destroyed by that previous attempt. But he says he's going to rebuild his stunt plane and give it another try next time. This is Freaky Crackhead reporting.